Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 5th of May, and I'll start with Ethereum. So with Ethereum here, obviously it's doing the complete opposite to Bitcoin, so we can take them differently. So we're looking at this as wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then working this wave structure to the upside here. I believe there's a little bit more to come here for this top to come into play. So let's just cruise in and have a look at this. So there's a couple of things to talk about. First of all, right from the get-go here, as wave 3 here, an A wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave, and down for the C wave here. Now, I'm taking wave 1 from this point here. It's also possible to put wave 4 over here for this, but my primary count is having wave 1 here. And with wave 1 here and wave 2 here, that would put blue wave 3 up here. And from blue wave 3 up here, we would need 5 waves in green here. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here. That sits nicely. Wave 3, 4, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. And then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 building up here with 1 and 2 in here, 3, 4, 5 here. And I'm looking at this here as the same sort of pattern as we've had down here as well, in just a smaller version of that. And another reason to confirm that this here as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here as an expanded flat, if I can just bring up the crypto index, we can see here that this B wave hasn't taken the top out here. Don't worry about the count or anything, it's just a working chart. So wave A, wave B and wave C, that's how it would fit there. So in this case it's a nice ABC. It could go sideways and get uglier, but yeah, just not taking that top out there for that. But in this case, Ethereum being so strong, it's always pushing to the upside rather than the downside, so that would be fine like that. So this is the 1 hour chart. Let's go to the tick chart and just check on this little area through here, just get a bit more data in. So it sits a bit like this here. Well, this is how I've got it. So wave 3 with an A wave, ABC for the B wave and down for the C wave, expanded flat. And that looks all quite good. So I'm just going to go to this is 100 ticks, so I'm just going to go to the 20 ticks there. This could be counted up here as an ABC or an impulse wave. So I just want to go to the 20 ticks to check, just to explain that, because we want to look for an entry if that's the case. So from that last low, this is 20 ticks here, so it's quite small. So first of all, I can look at it as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then wave 3 here and wave 4 here and wave 5 here. So really that can make that impulse wave of 5 waves can make wave 1, and then an A and a B and a C coming back for wave 2. So that's moved off nicely since I've been doing my work. To count this as corrective up here, you'd have to go an A wave here, a B wave here, and then 5 waves for the C wave here. Few problems with that, but so it counts better as, I'll just shortcut that as wave 1 and wave 2 sitting here, but we need to build from here, and this low needs to stay in place here. So if you're going to go along from here, you'll need to have your stop here. That's all I'm sort of saying. This yeah, this is looking good. It should just climb a little bit higher. Once that does start to turn down here, this would be 1s and 2s here. So once it does top out here, you'll see some sort of ABC pattern here. So just once that top comes in, all you need to do then, and probably best to wait for the top. So once that comes in, then just look for that 50-60% retracement level wherever it is, and then you can go long on that high or the second high here, or draw a line through here, that kind of thing to get yourself going to the upside there. But don't overtrade here because it's the beginning of the trend. If we come up here somewhere, then you can like build into that. So with that said, let's just go back and recap that a little bit. So just to the 4-hour chart. Might better off going to the 1-hour chart. So I guess in all of that, what we're saying here is that well, the safe trade is above here, that's for sure. We just... Okay, that's okay. Yeah, so the A wave, the B wave, the C wave. So we could look at that as... This is a bit of a gamble here, putting wave 1 and 2 here without too much confirmation. You know, I don't really have enough. But one of the things here, I guess, is that let's just also look at that distance. You can refine that, of course. If that's the 50-60% retracement level there, so you could go long above that there. So that brings us in at 33.50. So 33.50. So 33.50. So you could go long at 33.50 if you had support. So you would need the classic trading levels pattern to go there. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then the ABC pattern, and so on, and then up at that point. So in a bigger picture, it looks like this. So if that's the 33.50, you want to see the arrival, the reaction, first high above the level, and you want to be over this side, not draw a line through the middle here. You don't want that side, you want this side. So you need to be a bit patient. You don't want to take the breakout. So yeah, that's where that is. Bitcoin is pretty bearish. So let's just check on Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin here, as we know, there's different ways to count all of this up through here. There's probably at least 3 different ways to do it. It kind of don't matter. It does matter and it doesn't. It's a lesson for history. But we're still left with the top here. We're left with the top here, and we're left with 5 waves moving down here. So this 5 waves, because we get 5 waves here, that means after an ABC correction going back to wherever the 61.8%, then we'll get another 5 waves down. So this is what we're looking at. We're getting this. Now, could this come any further down? And, you know, could this be a more serious top up here? Well, I'll do some homework over the weekend and I'll go back right over the whole thing and I'll double check it and turn it upside down and inside out and so on, and check all of that, because if it was going to crash, then this is where it's going to crash from, and this is where you wish you'd got out at this point. But that said, what we can also do as well is that if we get 5 waves here, we know that we're going to get another 5 waves over here for this. So it does appear to be the case because of the move down now. But if the market moved below this 5 wave structure here, then we would be looking to come back, you know, a lot further back to the 10,000 or 15,000 or something like that. You know, don't start throwing stuff at me. But if we move past 5 waves here, then we'll get another 5 over here. If we move past this 5 waves, then that's where we'll have the bubble would have burst at this point. You know, Bitcoin's still new. You know, it's kind of a sort of a surrealism sort of joke in a way, but it functions and it's safe, and it outperforms other currencies and in lots of different ways. I mean, it's an amazing, you know, futuristic product, and who's to say that, you know, we've been through so many little bubbles with Bitcoin, you know, and they've all brought the market back 50, 80, 90% or whatever. So you need to really decide, you know, past this point here, have you got the intestinal fortitude to hold past that there? So it depends if you've got laser eyes at this point. If you don't have that, then you'd probably be better off getting out at that point because you're not a believer. So anyway, this is apart from all my ramblings, that's where we are, and let's just cruise in and check on this in a little bit of detail. So we're in wave C from wave B, so this is where we are here. Yeah, so we've been working through all this quite nicely, I have to say, and I think I'm just speculating here. I'm thinking wave 1 will come down to the lower end of wave B here. There'll be some other this low as well, and so on. There'll be some, what else is through there? Let's just check on that for a second. Yeah, a bit of history, not much. That one's important. That's kind of important. Didn't really reach there. He is important. He is important. It's got some importance. 52, 250. Anyway, so I'm thinking about wave 1 bouncing off that, and which can bring it back to the 61.8% mark. If we use that level there, it can have a 3-wave move back to that. Probably that 55 would be probably adequate. Maybe go to a bit above that. Let's just drill in a little bit further to understand this move down through here. On the hourly chart, this is, so on the hourly chart. We've got our wave B up there at the top, so we can move that out the way a little bit. We can look at this in a bit more detail. So I still have one little problem. I don't know if the top is on that one or that one, but I'll get to that. I've treated it as this one, but we don't need that now because if we're going to go long, that's where we would go long from. We don't need that. So yeah, that could make a difference, which high here. So I still need to resolve that. Just another little job to put on the list. But wave 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yes, there is overlap here, so I might have to readdress that problem. And wave 3, so we're looking for wave 4. Wave 4 may be just to here, but it may be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave back to this point, back to the 55 again. And then down here somewhere to that wave B that I was talking about over here. So sort of edging down here, because the extension's in wave 3 from 2 to 3 here, then wave 1 and wave 5 can be roughly the same. Well, that's not going to be the case because wave 1 is too small here for this to make even new lows here. So we could probably take 61.8% of the length of wave 3 and add that to wave 4 and project it down into wave 5. But look, basically in a nutshell, somewhere between 1, 2 and 3 here, between 2 and 3, between 1 and 2 here, we're going to get that support and we're going to get that rally come into play. So the next thing's about, well, Pete, we should be shorting this then, obviously. And I say, yep, we can do that. So I find it a little bit, well, probably a little, if that moves up to wave 4 there, you could short that down there. But the real short will be looking for the ABC pattern that comes into play here somewhere. I don't know how far up that will go. And then we'll go into wave 3 here. So that will be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. So that will be the short at that point. That would be the safe short. We can also draw a line through here and get it up here as well. If I'm around, well, I'm doing the videos every day, so we could look for 5 waves, 3 waves, and 5 waves up here and nail that down and perhaps get a position up here ready for this and build in here, because like to build in positions in the beginning of this trend here is what it's all about, this third wave here. This third wave here technically should be longer than wave 1 here by another 60%, but we'll see. We just count the waves. That's our best thing. We count the waves and look at the closest largest number and all those sorts of things. So that's sort of where we are there. We can go to the tick chart and pull that apart a little bit further just to have a little bit of a squizzy. Okay, so we've got our orange wave B. So I've taken it from this high here, but as I mentioned before, it could be taken from this. I need to resolve that anyway, but that could be important. The only trouble with this structure is wave 4 overlaps wave 1 here. Otherwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave. The ABC could be done and dusted here, but I thought we might get 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 up here, and then coming down here. That will probably 53 is going to give a bounce for sure, which is here. But we should come a bit lower than that for this wave 5 here somewhere. So not that interested in all of this really. It's later on. It's this A wave, B wave and C wave here that we're looking for, and we'll be looking for that as wave 2, and we'll call this wave 1 here. So if you're going to exit all your Bitcoin, it's up here above the 55,000 that you would want to be peeling out of all of this now, because we're going to get some sort of ABC correction coming from here somewhere. I don't know how it's going to look, but being a wave 2, it should be a 5, 3, 5 structure, as in a zigzag. Sometimes I find it helpful to go back into the previous trends and have a look at wave 2s in here, like this wave 2 and this wave 2, and have a look at those, because they'll give you some idea of the personality of the structure. And that's it. Moving down there, I did do some work on the 20 tick chart, I think, for this, but it doesn't really matter. No, I didn't. I was only looking at it. Which I can still look at it. Probably the A wave to here, then an A, B, C here for the B wave, and then 5 waves up here, 1 and 2 and 3. I don't even know if that's 5 waves. Probably. Looks like it. Anyway, not to matter. That's it. Let's just cruise back to our hourly chart at least, and just recap this a little bit. So yeah, we've got our A wave in. We've been working through our B wave here, and then we're working through wave 1 here. And then going back to wave 2, and this is where we're looking to short here. So over the next few sessions, we'll keep honing in on this, and we'll try and get some short positions in there for that. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.